Here's more wrestling news for November 27th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include WWE dropping new NXT 2.0 character already, Drake Wuertz returns as a referee, Triple H spoke to Maven about WWE return last year, real reason why Kurt Angle turned down role as Matt Riddle's manager revealed, the SmackDown Women's title feud underlines WWE's Babyface troubles, Riho was emotional backstage after AEW Full Gear, AEW has a new tactic to get fans to watch Rampage, WWE may extend Candice LeRae's NXT contract due to pregnancy, and we are kicking off today with NXT 2.0, which has introduced a lot of new characters since the relaunch, but one gimmick may already be over. This week, a vignette for Tiffany Stratton aired where she played a daddy's girl gimmick while the camera focused on her tight tennis skirt. Speaking like a character from Mean Girls, Stratton would clearly be a heel if her character ever makes it to the ring. During Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez said he was told that WWE might be backing away from the daddy's girl character, but he's not sure how many vignettes in which Stratton uses that line have already been filmed. Having a 22-year-old woman talk about having daddy buy everything for her may set the women's revolution back a few years, even if the women of NXT 2.0 have been instructed to sport more revealing ring gear and permitted to use more mature language. We'll only know for sure what the future holds for Stratton in the coming weeks, but this gimmick may already be finished without her ever getting in the ring. Earlier this year, WWE released Drake Wuertz from his contract as a referee, as the former deathmatch wrestler made himself wildly unpopular behind the scenes. From storming out of a meeting where Triple H said everyone should be respected to sharing debunked QAnon conspiracies, fans won't be seeing Wuertz back in WWE, but he has returned to the ring. In The Observer, it's reported that Wuertz worked as a referee in Epico Colon's new promotion, Latin Wrestling Entertainment, and was at the show on November 20th in San Juan, Puerto Rico. In WWE, Wuertz's reputation got so bad that some superstars didn't trust Drake to be in the ring with them during matches, but this clearly wasn't a problem for Epico, who could book the controversial ref for LWE's next show in January. From 2001 to 2005, Maven Huffman was a WWE superstar, earning the job by winning Season 1 of Tough Enough. A three-time hardcore champion, Maven is best remembered for eliminating The Undertaker from the 2002 Royal Rumble, and little else. Speaking to that 90s wrestling podcast, Maven revealed that a return to WWE nearly happened, as he spoke last year to Triple H about coming back. I traveled to Orlando and met with Hunter and Matt Bloom, who is running the developmental down there now. I was talking to them about maybe doing some announcing stuff. Unfortunately for Maven, he made the trip on March 11th, 2020, which was when everything shut down across the US. Speaking about the future, Maven remained optimistic about having one last run, either as an announcer or a wrestler, saying, I still and will always have wrestling in my blood. I still have wrestling dreams. A dream where I'm either putting my boots on, or I'm in the ring, or I'm getting ready to wrestle somebody, and my love for the business is never gonna leave. I would definitely entertain any opportunity to be back in wrestling in any capacity. Maven recently came out of retirement, competing in a 20-man Rumble to crown the ISPW World Champion earlier this month, and though it may be too little too late for him as a wrestler in the more youth-focused WWE, an announcing role would be perfect for the former hardcore champion. In April 2020, WWE released Kurt Angle from his contract, but did have plans for the former world champion turned producer. One idea WWE had for him was to be Riddle's manager, an idea Angle turned down, and now we know he had a good reason for saying no. Speaking on Talk is Jericho, Angle said that WWE offered him two roles, either as a coach in NXT or Riddle's manager, but he turned down the latter due to very low pay. Angle explained that he was very interested in the role until he saw the amount he'd be paid, and though he didn't specify the amount, he said being Riddle's manager was not worth it at all. Since his last match at WrestleMania 35, Angle hasn't competed anywhere else and has said it would take a huge amount for him to wrestle again. Whatever the future holds for Kurt, he's earned a peaceful retirement if he chooses to never wrestle again, and the Olympic gold medalist / former WWE World Champion knows how much he's worth to the wrestling business. Over to SmackDown, as the show may have had an impressive main event scene, but served as another example of how WWE doesn't know how to build face superstars, especially within their women's division. On both Raw and SmackDown, the respective women's champions Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are clearly on a higher level than their challengers, but the difference between their booking and others is staggering. On Raw, Liv Morgan continues to be humiliated on the mic, and last night, Toni Storm had a much more physically embarrassing fate. Instead of being verbally humiliated, Storm had 2 pies smashed into her face before Charlotte walked away standing tall. It may not have been as bad as Morgan's treatment, but it's another sign that WWE doesn't know how to build baby faces as they did in bygone years. After being pied twice, Storm looked absolutely dejected, and what makes this worse is that neither she nor Morgan are expected to get their comeuppance by winning the titles from their respective foes. At least this week's segment earned WWE a lot of heat, which they seem to want for some reason, but we can't put any faith in Storm winning the title after being double pied. At AEW Full Gear, Riho competed in the Casino Battle Royal, but was eliminated in a spot that the first ever Women's World Champion didn't deserve. Despite not being thrown over the top rope, Riho was eliminated from the match, and according to Fightful Select, she was emotional backstage over this massive botch. The silver lining to this is that AEW worked the botch into an angle as Riho defeated Britt Baker on last night's Rampage, earning herself a future Women's World title opportunity. But it's still bizarre that this botch at Full Gear happened in the first place. Over to AEW, as the company has proven to be a success in almost every way, except when it comes to viewers for Rampage. Since launching a few months ago, AEW's second weekly show has seen dwindling ratings, especially over the past few weeks, which has been a cause for concern for many fans. In The Observer, it's reported that AEW's new strategy is to use Rampage to promote Dynamite, and that the card for next Wednesday's Dynamite will be revealed on the previous Rampage. It's a unique strategy, but in an era of match announcements being made instantly over social media, we have to question just how many more people will tune into a 1-hour show just to hear what matches will take place days later on a different show. Despite Dynamite's success, Rampage continues to fall in ratings, and although Tony Khan has defended the low ratings, saying they're great for Rampage's time slot, we'll have to see if this strategy pans out. Perhaps Johnny Gargano will be announced for a future Dynamite one day, as his current deal with WWE is set to expire on December 10th, but WWE are hoping he resigns. As of late, Gargano's wife Candice LeRae has been off TV because she's pregnant with her first child, and it seems she'll be sticking with WWE even longer. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE is expected to freeze LeRae's contract so that she can fulfill her contracted dates on screen as she initially signed up for. LeRae's deal with WWE was meant to expire in May 2022, but if her deal is frozen, her deal won't end until late next year at the very earliest. Keeping LeRae in the company could also be part of WWE's plans to try and convince Gargano to re-sign, and we'll just have to wait and see when exactly the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion returns to WWE TV. And we're ending today with Cody Rhodes, who deactivated his Twitter, cutting ties with over 1 million followers. We now know what the future holds for the account, as in an Instagram story, Rhodes revealed that his Twitter account will now be controlled by AEW's community outreach team, while he remains active on Instagram. It's no secret that Rhodes isn't popular with fans, and the negativity from the audience was a huge reason for his account being deactivated in the first place, but now that account will be put to good use by AEW's outreach team. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.